Welcome to 82 Toothpicks, a podcast from the Huizenga Law Firm. I'm Thad, and I'm joined by Ethan and Jocelyn as we break down our favorite movies and uncover the estate planning gems hidden within them. From comedies to dramas to family sagas, we're talking the films we love and the legacy lessons they teach. So grab your popcorn, settle in, let's talk about the movie. So here on the podcast, we actually go around the office and we try to figure out each other's favorite movies, and then we suggest them for the podcast. And finally, we picked my movie. The movie I decided to go with is probably, I think, Jack Black's finest work. It's one of his more serious roles, but he still has this like goofy attitude to it. The movie we watched is called Bernie. A lot of people don't know about this movie, though. Had you guys ever heard of this one before I suggested it?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Turns out it's about a true story, though, based on a true story.
Sure is. I was introduced to this movie. I actually worked at a funeral home in college for a little while. And this movie is about a funeral director.
Assistant funeral director?
Assistant to the funeral director. I don't even know why they give him that title, because he
Does everything.
Yeah, he does everything for the family. I mean, he does everything that a funeral director does.
Okay.
I wonder what the laws in Texas are about that. But
There probably aren't any.
just anybody can do
It's
anything.
Texas. It's the Wild West.
Well, they live in East Texas, though.
I thought they lived
Okay,
in
so
West
it's the
Texas.
Wild
No,
East.
it's East Texas.
Yeah, East
Behind
Texas.
the Pine Curtain.
Everybody forgets about the Panhandle.
Yeah.
And so did I. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of my favorites, but you guys talk. What did you think about this first time watching it?
I thought it was interesting that you finally, not you specifically,
Sure.
but for the podcast, we finally had a movie that is actually about estate planning.
Okay.
I thought it was fine. I liked at the
Like
beginning.
fine dining.
Fine wine dining. Ding, ding, ding. Dur, dur, dur. No, I like when he was singing in his car.
Yeah.
I thought that was so. I was like, I love this. It was just great.
So it turns out we watch movies and I sing along.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter what the movie is, because I was singing with all the hymns on this one. I was singing harmony the whole time. Man, like, we got to quit picking movies I sing with.
Mm-hmm.
I sing along with Jurassic Park, too. It's weird.
There's no songs. You can't sing because there's no words in the song. Is that what you did?
Yes.
One time I did that with Cash. We were watching, he was like 2, and we were watching Jurassic Park, and it was the end scene, and he was on the couch and I was on the chair, and I go, Cash, can I sit by you? And he goes, no. It was so funny. That's all.
One more thing on Jurassic Park.
Forget this movie. Let's go back to a better one.
Do you guys know Straight No Chaser?
Yeah. Acapella group.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have a song where they have words that they put together to major movie themes, and Jurassic Park is one of them. So.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, it's really funny. Go find it when we're done recording.
I'm going to forget, Send me a link.
You got it. Theanyway, Bernie.
Bernie.
So Jack Black sings all of his own music throughout the
Yeah.
thing. And that's what I
Yeah.
like about him, because he's a really good singer.
He really
Yeah,
is.
he
He's a very
is.
talented musician.
But there's so many movies that are like involve singing, but somebody else has to like put their singing into it. And that kind of grinds my gears a little bit. I don't need Leanne Rimes to sing.
I
in the
knew
movie.
that was coming. I was like, hit it, Fergie.
Yeah.
Say it. I knew that was coming.
But that's not the only movie that's ever happened. I like that Jack Black singing those hymns is
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The driving scene when he's just singing along and he's waving his hand out the window, and I mean nobody's waving back at him, but
Right.
he's just cruising along singing with his gospel
Oh,
on
yeah.
the radio.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great scene. Like,
Yep.
it's just funny.
Mhm.
What did you think of the opening sequence of him presenting to the mortuary class?
Odd.
Super weird.
Yeah. And then I thought, go ahead.
No, I having seen that done before, like firsthand, dozens
sure.
of times, I watched that scene going, yeah, it's good advice. Like, this
Seriously?
is legit. This is everything they do. There's a part where they adjust the guy's like teeth guard,
Yeah.
and like those
keep his
go
mouth
in
in shape.
everybody. They use
Really?
super glue all the time. When he was talking about putting lotion in the blush, that's absolutely like, I'm not a mortician, right? But everything he was saying is literally accurate stuff that I saw every day. He said,
So
no
that's
stargazing, no navel gazing.
yeah, nice. That
Tilted
was
slightly to the left. Welcoming.
in welcoming repose.
Don't turn your tragedy into a comedy.
This was also a quotable movie. Thought it was fun.
Yeah.
So to open the movie with a cadaver,
Mm-hmm.
there is shock value to that, and it
Mm-hmm.
was super tame. It
Mhm.
wasn't gory. It wasn't
Right.
gross. It was just, oh,
Mm-hmm. a dead person.
we're doing this already.
Mm-hmm.
And it set up a very interesting character
Mm.
for him. Just the way he was
Mm-hmm.
in that
Just
scene.
chill and like,
Very direct, very matter of fact, but very caring and gentle and
mhm.
just really interesting.
He has.
I was gonna say that in the radio show guy said the same
Yeah.
thing about him.
Mm-hmm. He spends his whole career saying, "How can we honor the deceased to care for the family?"
Mhm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And going through the movie with that in mind, they even bring that up in court later. Like, this guy wanted to give her a proper burial. That was his goal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I said this at the beginning of this recording that this was our first real estate planning movie.
Mhm.
And he said so many things that we talk about around the office all the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? Being empathetic and caring about the people who come in our door because they're confronting the hardest things we go through
Mm-hmm.
in our lives, and honoring the deceased or honoring the dementia patient or,
Mhm.
or whatever. It's really important. And I just was really struck by that consistent theme, even through the trial of he cared for her
Mm-hmm.
and he wanted to treat her properly,
Mm-hmm.
even after he shot her in the back.
So he brings up what he calls DLOLs. Do you
Oh, I
remember this part?
loved them. Yes, that
We,
was cute.
weekly in our office, we get DLOLs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Dear little old ladies. And I mean, he would go visit these widows a
Mhm.
year after the funeral just to check in on them. And that's why everybody in town loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they saw how much he loved everybody, so they loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love Shirley MacLaine.
Who's that?
Nugent.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I love her.
Sure.
I just love her. Like in Steel Magnolias to her Weezer. Have you seen that?
Steel Magnolias?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's Weezer and she is great. We should watch that movie.
Yeah, we can go on the list.
That's a good one. I like her. She's funny.
Are we doing Julia Roberts themed?
Why? That's only one.
Aaron Brockovich.
Oh. We should do that. Like
Yeah, we could do a theme like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
This is now a Julia Roberts fan club podcast.
it is now. There are plenty of people who would have shot her for $5.
Oh man, that was funny.
I almost said who shot JR. That's a different.
That's Dallas. That's funny. Who shot JR? Oh, that's good.
So he runs into this woman at a funeral.
Encounters her at
Yep.
the funeral for her deceased husband.
Yep. And he kind of has this golden retriever, like, why doesn't this woman like me? Like, I just
Mhm.
want to leave her a gift basket.
Mm-hmm.
And then she finally invites him in for tea.
I love that it happens the second time you see him go over there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like he brings her the flowers and she takes them and shuts the door in his face and he's like, blink, blink, blink. And then he comes back and he's got bubble bath and lotion and cupcakes. And she's like, come in.
I mean, same woman who like hit a guy with a broom who was like just giving
Trying to
her a
give her a
flyer.
bill.
Yeah.
He was trying to give her a bill.
Yeah, that
He was
was
a
a bill.
landscaper.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I love her.
Took a broom to his. Oh man, just quotable. That was fun.
What do you think of the interview with the townspeople?
I love it.
Okay.
That's a great style.
I love
Amber
that.
said the same thing. My wife was like, this is a great way to shoot a movie like
Mhm.
this.
I love that.
Do you think those were actually people from Carthage?
No.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't obviously know, but
I didn't look it
I
up.
think maybe some.
Okay.
But
Yep.
there were some, like the one lady who visits him in jail with
Mhm.
the bedazzled glasses.
Yep.
She's an actress.
Mhm.
I've seen her in other things.
Sure.
What? I don't know.
Amber was impressed that they looked like normal people. And even Jack Black looked like a normal dude. Like he wasn't glamorized or right. It wasn't Julia Roberts treatment, right? She's Julia Roberts, so we know she's an actress and famous and all of that. All the people that they interviewed were just normal folks.
That's why I wonder about it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
look it up. I don't think
I will
they
look it up.
are,
Good idea.
but I also really liked Matthew McConaughey in this.
he does a
He is
fantastic
just
job.
so
His
good.
character is good.
He is good.
So he brings up all the ethical questions, right? Like, I don't care if you liked him or not.
He still shot her.
He shot a woman in the back. Like, what would you think if somebody did this to you? And like, he's the only voice of reason in the whole town.
Yeah.
Even though he's kind of like cheesy and like, you know, he has the wheel of misfortune.
Oh yeah,
like,
number 8.
Yeah, like he does a really good job portraying this like politician, but at the same time, he goes to church with the guy who was leading worship the week before, and he's like, I'm still going to prosecute him.
Right.
He's a murderer, and he confessed to it.
Yeah.
I have an interview.
Yeah.
From interview with the director. Says the question was, are those real townspeople really talking about their own experiences? And he says, oh, they're definitely mostly real people. I mean, non-actors, but some are actors. Most are people from the area of the state near Carthage and surrounding towns, and some of them were actually intimate with Bernie and Mrs. Nugent.
Wow.
Cool.
Isn't that great?
Super cool. He says kind of a mix.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Huh. And he said it was scripted, but they put it kind of in their own words, like when they were doing the interview. So how cool is that? What a great touch to make that movie more authentic.
There was one Q-tip lady who she was
Q-tip lady?
like her hair is white and like poofy, kind of like a Q-tip looks.
Oh, I love it when he called him blue hairs.
Blue hairs.
Yes.
But she delivered her lines and it felt to me like this sounds like somebody wrote it, but she wasn't good at reading it. And I was like, a professional actor would have read that better.
Right.
She can't be a pro actor.
Which one was it?
Oh, I don't know. She was super old. Probably the oldest one, like that they interviewed regularly.
I also really love...
Was it Mrs. Eccles?
Who's Mrs. Eccles?
The lady who visits him in prison?
No, she was an actor.
She's an actor.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was the one who complained about her buying lingerie?
That lady, when the cheetah was so funny, she's going to show her... Who would do that?
And then her age.
The girl sitting next to her.
Just trying not to laugh.
She was like this the whole time. That was the funniest thing. I wasn't even listening to the cheetah girl. I was laughing at the woman in the purple shirt whose teeth were just like, and she was just laughing. Good. They had more tattoos than teeth. And there wasn't a brain between the 12 of them.
that guy that they interviewed in the diner.
Yeah.
He was good.
So funny.
He was funny.
Oh, yeah. What do we think of the accountant?
I hated that guy.
The stockbroker?
Yeah.
I hated that guy.
I mean, good for him for rooting out the murderer. But what a jerk. You don't...
He's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, this is not up to you, man.
Well, even Bernie is like, yeah, I just think he's, worried about his commissions. And the sheriff's like, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Talk about a stereotype, right? That's kind of a crappy thing to say about our financial advisor friends.
So the ethical dilemma in the movie, if we're ready to dive into this.
Sure. Yeah, hit me.
Is they...
Now he's talking like me.
They...
Hit it, Fergie. That's twice on this podcast.
I know.
So they charge him with first-degree murder. And the way the film presents it, it's not at all first degree. What do you think of this? I just want to hear your take on this from a legal perspective.
So the way the story is presented from Bernie's perspective, it's not first degree at all.
No.
But they present the facts very precisely to support a first-degree murder conviction. Because he shows Bernie, right? The lawyer, what's his...
Bunk.
Danny
Buck.
Buck, that was it. McConaughey's character. He presents the case as Bernie trying to get her money. And what's so fascinating is if they had just done a courtroom movie of that trial, his case is not presented well the way it's shown in the movie. but you hear the themes that support the first degree murder. So was he trying to get her money, and he was used to this lifestyle, and he was taking advantage of her the whole time, so he could fly first class and stay at the Ritz and have his airplanes and all of these things that are wealthy.
What wine goes with fish? I don't know. White.
Yeah, like as the lawyer, he probably knew the answer to that question better than Bernie did.
Yep.
Right, but he played it off for the jury. It was interesting to watch the courtroom scenes after seeing Bernie's experience of that moment, right? Because it wasn't premeditated. It happened in a fit of passion. He was mad at her because she was mean to him all day and wasn't coming to his dress rehearsal, and he
cried it like immediately.
Yeah,
he went over to her and was like, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
Like, not first degree murder at all, but the story sure plays that way when you take out the townspeople's perspective, opinions of him, right?
But also, he gave so much money to everybody else.
Right. That's just it. Like when he was cross-examining Bernie, he kept saying things like, you wanted to live the first class life and the upper crust and all of these
Les Miserables.
Yes. He's like, well, that one wasn't very hard.
Yeah, that was funny.
But that's not who Bernie was. He was giving money away.
He bought with cash 7 cars for people in town.
Yep.
And he
bought
was
somebody's
late
house
on his own payments.
Yeah.
For his Lincoln.
Yep.
Yeah. So he wasn't using her money to his own gain. He wasn't stealing from her in the I want this money for myself way. And then what really torqued me off was putting the daughter on the stand as the witness.
The granddaughter.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
I loved.
She's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And she's crying outside the garage after they find. No, she wasn't. That was baloney.
I like the part where she was, Mrs. Nugent was rewriting her will and was like, "They get nothing. I want everything to go.
My son's a doctor. He doesn't need it, and everyone else is a jerk." Basically, is what she said.
It was funny. I liked that part.
The scene where they pack up the little kids' playground.
Oh yeah,
because they have to repossess
they got
everything.
4 guys carrying it off the yard. What?
Oh yeah, that one got me. It's like he did all these nice things for the town, and they're like, we have to stop constructing on the new church because this was stolen money. Which, how does that all work?
Well, and so now think about why did they have to do that? Did the family not say, "Oh, sure, that's a good use of Grandma's money"? No, they said, "Stop construction. We want the money back."
Right.
That sucks.
What do you have for us, Jocelyn?
Okay. Our game, we have, I think, 4 different sections.
Ooh, 4
today.
sections.
Yeah. So they're a little bit different.
Let me test my buzzer a minute.
Thad, does yours work? Because you can't ever seem
it
to
works.
Does it? Yep. See?
Yeah, got it.
Turn the things
Yep, I'm
towards
working
me.
on it. I got
okay.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So section 1 is this or that.
Okay.
This or that. It's not really a buzzer. This is like the everybody thing.
Sure.
Keep cashing Social Security checks after someone dies, or file the death certificate and go through probate.
Well, that one, obviously, being the lawyer and being ethically required.
Oh, this is the actual question. I thought you were reading the categories. I was like, that's an odd category.
Oh my God.
What are the other 2 categories?
It's a this or that.
Okay, this or that. Here we go.
Social Security checks for the dead person that you
Keep
continue to
cashing 'em.
cash, or are you going to file the death certificate and go through probate?
Okay. So they weren't Social Security checks. They were royalty checks from her husband's oil company. Wasn't it $50,000 a month?
That's true. This isn't a trivia question. This is a this or that. And it was $50,000 a month.
Yeah. So a Social Security check is what, like $2,000?
Yeah.
So, okay. So
how badly do you want to keep your job?
Probate.
Yeah, I'm like, shut up, dude. Literally, I closed my eyes, like, just make it end. I think we're done with the game because Thad just...
No, it's good. Keep going.
Look at his face. He's going to cry.
For those listening at home, my face was just in shock and agony.
And there were tears rolling down his face. Let the sweet funeral director handle your entire estate, or hire an actual lawyer.
Hire an actual lawyer.
Obviously.
Obviously. Keep the body in a freezer, or call the coroner. I'm going to keep it in the freezer.
Call the coroner,
I'm-
probably.
This is a chat GPT thing because I was like, I don't know this movie enough to come up with it.
So I need my freezer for things that
Not bodies?
are not dead people. Like,
I keep my body freezer in a storage unit. Like, I'm not an idiot.
yeah, obviously.
Duh. Where do you keep your bodies, Thad?
So when I worked at the funeral home,
Okay.
we had a room that was just freezers with shelves for people.
Shut
Well,
your
they
mouth.
talk about cold storage in the movie. The funeral director says, we got lots of these older folks from Carthage were dying, and we were running out of room in the cold storage.
Mm-hmm.
How do they do it?
How do they do what?
Store them.
Okay. Just imagine a walk-in freezer with
In a box?
yeah,
Like,
it's like a cardboard box. That's the size of a casket.
is it standing up or laying down?
They're laying down. Standing up. What's wrong with you?
Now I'm picturing the Mandalorian where he's got the bodies in carbon freeze on his ship, and they're stacked like this.
So they're laying down
Mm-hmm.
on top of each other?
No, they're in boxes. They have shelves. So like library
How
books.
high is the shelf?
I mean,
What?
ours was like
Are you worried
Maybe
about
six.
claustrophobia or something?
I'm just like trying to picture it, and I'm like,
You should
Those
stop
folks never
that, 'cause
complained.
That's horrible. Nice.
Thad,
Thad.
shut up. You're the worst.
no wakey. No peeking.
I hate it
Sometimes
here.
you just want one more peek at the people coming to visit you.
Bernie is such a weirdo.
So is Thad. So is Thad.
You have to be in that profession though, right? Like if you're not, it's so depressing all the time. You have to be overly funny to deal with the overly sad.
We do that here too.
Yep.
There's a line, and you have to be careful. But if we couldn't laugh about some of the just really bleak things that we sometimes have to deal with, it would be miserable around here most of the time.
For sure.
Next question.
You didn't answer. Oh, make funeral plans in writing or trust Bernie to take care of it.
Pre-planned funeral.
Bernie specifically?
Wait, yeah, he's a
says-
funeral director.
Well, so Bernie specifically,
Yeah.
I would pick Bernie.
Yeah, he was really good at what he did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He cared about people. He had the right perspective, but he also
Might take a leg adjustment for somebody your height.
oh man, that
We
scene
don't
was
break
so
them per
funny.
se.
Wait, adjustment?
That was funny. Write a will with a lawyer or whisper your wishes over breakfast.
Write a will with a lawyer.
Come on, fam.
It's chat. Sorry. Okay. What would you do? You're the estate planning attorney. Weird.
This is not legal advice. Please consult your own attorney. It depends is the answer to any question you might have.
Oh my God, that hurts so bad.
Just eat your mic.
No,
You
I
just smacked
shoved
yourself in the face.
No, I shoved it into my gums. The folder. Okay. You're the estate planning attorney. Bernie brings in a will where Marjorie leaves him everything. Do you fill it out without question, investigate capacity and undue influence, or run away?
I think I'll take this one, Ethan.
Yeah, hit it, Thad. Get after it.
No, is it investigate?
Of course, it's investigate.
What the? What?
I mean, run away is not a bad answer in the sense that, like, look, I can't represent you, Bernie, because I don't have any confidence in the veracity of this will.
We had a client that we talked about the influence.
Yeah, it's so investigate is the
two.
right answer, but you could also, I mean, it's not running away. It would be, look, I don't believe that this is valid, so I can't represent you based on the facts I have at this time.
So we have that scene where he's on the phone with the accountant and he's like, we'd like to buy stock in Tommy Hilfiger because I've seen their spring catalog. And he's like, what do you mean we, Bernie? There is no we. I don't work for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That was correct. And then she calls him back and says, "You're a jerk. Don't ever hang up on him again."
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because
I must have missed
she's
that part.
expressly authorizing Bernie to give instructions on her behalf, right? But then the question is there undue influence and things like that? And that
Which we
in
have
this
dealt
movie,
with.
it's very complicated. I don't know if there's a clear answer
What do you mean?
whether there's undue influence by Bernie. I think there's a case to be made, and I think that that's the case that was made at trial, that he was trying to take advantage of her. But the way the story is told in the movie, right up to the moment where he shoots her, I'm not sure that there's enough evidence to say it's undue influence from him to her, because she manipulates him.
She's
constantly.
an old bag. Like she would
She
not.
is mean and manipulative, and it just over and over and over again, you start to think, oh, Bernie's kind of across the line there, and then she just reels him in.
You didn't answer your phone. Now here's a pager.
Yeah, over and over again. Like, dang, woman.
He's
Investigate.
at his dress rehearsal, and he's like, "This is my life now." Like,
Yep.
You're the DA. Bernie is beloved. Beloved?
Beloved. Either way.
What? Okay. Confesses. The town wants him free. Do you A, drop the case, B, move the trial, or C, ask the church choir for guidance?
Totally ask the church choir. Now, obviously, you can't drop the case. You can't. I mean, you got evidence the guy killed this lady, and it includes a confession. Like, that's murder.
Are confessions still viewed as like really great evidence?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure
You
if
confess.
Texas in
We don't care.
1994 was.
No, a confession is going to be good evidence, right?
Okay.
It's not up to the prosecution to decide what evidence. I mean, generally speaking, to decide what evidence is good and bad, right? If it's a confession, it's a confession. Absolutely, that's going in front of the jury. It's the job of the defense to make them prove beyond a reasonable doubt, right? So a confession is pretty condemning, but if you can raise doubts about how they got the confession or whether the confession was honest and forthright, I mean, there's just because it's a confession, that doesn't make it good or bad.
The townspeople at one point kind of like ask if a confession was coerced out of him or something like that. And the DA is like, I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
He gave it to the police officers. They didn't even ask him for it.
Right.
Yeah.
He just said it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So it's any prosecutorial action is going to involve gathering all of the evidence because they have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. So just a confession probably isn't enough.
But they had a body in a freezer.
They have a body in a freezer.
And it took her 2 days to thaw out for a proper autopsy.
And
Yuck.
Like a turkey on Thanksgiving.
well, and they have
Ew.
all the circumstantial evidence around his
Sure.
financial benefit and things, right? So there's lots of stuff going on there. So it all comes together to prove the case.
So we're moving the trial.
Yeah.
Okay. You're Marjorie's financial advisor. Her account is being drained, but she's on a cruise. Do you send flowers to the ship or report suspicious activity?
I think you report it.
Obviously.
Why wouldn't you? Like,
But is that your job too?
it's a small town in Texas. Everybody knows everybody. It's the local Edward Jones guy.
I don't know what the right answer is. I mean, it's not send flowers. But
right. But is it your job
I
to
don't
report
know
it?
if there's an obligation, and I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't know what their ethics requirements are and things like that. But I don't know if there's a requirement that you.
So she
Report it.
signs over a power of attorney to Bernie. And there's this scene where they're at lunch and she's like, "You forgot my pills." And he goes, "You didn't tell me to grab your pills." Like she had some competency things going on.
Maybe.
So we have somebody with power of attorney and we have somebody incompetent.
Yeah.
And draining the account means he's donating money.
Did you hear the line in the movie where they said she made him power of attorney so he could do anything he wanted with her money, and he did? That's not how power of attorney works.
Okay.
Right?
How does it work?
You're
Tell us how it
obligated
works.
to act in the best interests of the principal, right? So in that case, she is the principal and Bernie is the agent, and he has the same authority that she has over her assets, but he can't it's not like he can just spend it on himself. And in fact, most power of attorney documents, especially now, I mean, I can't speak to 1994, but I think I was in 6th grade. But you can't just spend someone else's money on yourself, and power of attorney documents say that you can't do that. So like that's just not how it works. But what's really interesting is if that's what he was doing, then there's a case, right? If he's actually spending her money on himself, right? And so like our power of attorney documents have basically different options that we can kind of build in or flesh out for people within their power of attorney. And there's language about how is this person allowed to give gifts, if at all. Maybe Bernie had the authority to give those gifts. I don't know. Maybe those gifts happened after she died, so then they're completely invalid, right? There's all these questions about timing and what Bernie was allowed to do and authorized to do. It's not as clear cut as he was power of attorney, so he could do anything he wanted. So, which is all to say, I don't know if there's a requirement that you investigate. Maybe she goes on a cruise, leaves Bernie as power of attorney, and says, I want you to liquidate my accounts with this financial advisor because I'm unhappy with him and I want to move somewhere else. It's legit.
Okay. I got to wake back up after that.
She asked the question.
You're the worst. It was your...
Like I said, I don't know the movie well enough to come up with a game.
Or apparently what we do well enough.
Boom.
Do you want to go in a deep freeze? Do you? You laugh like I wouldn't do it.
I would need a leg adjustment.
We don't break them per se. You live in Carthage. What? You have something to say?
So you're going to break them per se.
I'll break your legs. I'll turn them out this way.
That is unimpressed.
He looks a little concerned, like, she just might.
He's smart.
What does that mean?
It means you just might.
I just may.
Continue the game.
What do you say? You live in Carthage. Bernie gives you money from Marjorie's account for your kid's school fundraiser. Do you accept it, ask where it comes from, or just say, bless his heart?
Third one.
Yeah.
To ask where the money comes from. It's a
That was
donation.
the second
Bernie gave
one.
me money.
That was the second one. You're not going to ask where the money came from?
No.
You're just going to take it?
Yep.
Of course.
I think I would too.
In Carthage, I mean, everybody knows everybody. They knew he was her agent, her power of attorney. Yeah. Why not?
This is the guy who buried my grandma and brought her family flowers.
Yeah.
Like, we all know him.
We trust him.
Yep.
For sure.
I
little
think
light in the loafers,
The
but-
correct answer would be, what is that? Oh, he does say that, doesn't he? That was funny.
Good thought questions. Way to go, chat.
Yeah. Okay. So more legal, because I think it's interesting, but Texas has the death penalty.
They do.
He had a first-degree murder conviction. But when I looked up his Wikipedia page, he's in like the minimum security place. What do you think
he got
about
a life
that?
sentence
Yeah.
originally.
99 to life.
He got a life
Jeez.
sentence originally.
Yeah.
And then he got out and they he was out for like a year or so.
Sure.
And they did a resentencing and he got 99 years.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Is that to keep it from?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just, that was what I found in my limited research
You're
just
good.
after watching the movie.
I loved how he was like immediately teaching a cooking class and led the choir in prison.
Yes.
Yeah. Bible study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So Jocelyn, what do you think? Do you think he is evil?
Do you think he should be
No.
in prison?
Yeah.
Well, he did kill somebody.
Okay.
So he should be in prison. But 99 to life? No. And everybody, okay, I can't say like everybody loved Bernie and everybody hated her.
Right.
So it's fine.
Because that's not how it works.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, there are watch the news. Like there are other people who clearly killed somebody.
Yeah.
Like everything points to them. They just didn't confess and they're walking the streets. No, one comes to mind, but I'm not going to say it. But it's like that I don't get. I don't know. Like give him some community service. He already does it.
So I think
fine.
it's interesting. We kind of talked earlier about first degree murder versus second degree and manslaughter and things like that. And I'm not a criminal defense attorney and I don't claim to be or want to be. Absolutely. But I took criminal law in law school, so I know a little bit about it. And all those sort of the gradients of the crimes you get charged with when somebody gets killed, when you kill somebody, is based on specific things about how we charge crimes. Meaning there are aspects of a crime that need to be true in order for a first-degree murder charge to stick. There are aspects about that crime that, if they're not true, pushes it automatically into second-degree murder. And so that's why it was so interesting that they charged him with first-degree murder when the evidence just, I didn't think, support it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an act and there's a mental state. Those are essentially the two requirements for any crime. And the act, killing someone, puts you on the gradient, on the scale, and then the mental state, the intent, defines which step you land on. So somebody who is a drunk driver and kills somebody has a different level of intent and therefore a different kind of culpability than a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so where does Bernie fall on that scale? I don't know, but I don't think he should have been charged and convicted of first-degree murder.
Mm-hmm.
Again, in the movie. I don't know anything about
Right.
the actual case and
Right.
what was actually happening there.
You asked me if there was like odd things in the movie that you wouldn't show like a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene where they're like trying to scare the high schoolers from
Yes.
drunk driving.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And the scene just opens up with all of these like bleeding carcasses.
Yeah,
I was like,
like-
oh my gosh.
And they're
Yeah.
kids from the high school
Yeah.
class.
I honestly was like, did that actually happen? And they're like, why are the kids like, I thought it was real until he was like, don't smile.
Quit, don't laugh.
Don't laugh.
Yeah.
And the kids on the gurney's like,
Yes. I was like, why are they letting them watch that? That's so awful.
And the guy in the Grim Reaper costume is walking.
Walking
around.
back and forth
That
behind
was
the cars.
funny.
Oh man.
That reminded me of like a scary movie.
Yeah.
Like Scary
Yeah,
Movie
yeah.
2 or something. Like that was funny.
Hmm.
Should we rate?
Jocelyn brought up some estate planning themes. I've got a few.
Yeah,
Oh.
go ahead.
You talked about undue influence. That's
Mhm.
a great one. As far as why did Marjorie make the changes she made?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Bernie influencing her, or did she need companionship and
Mhm.
find it and care about him and want to give him everything?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about power of attorney and control of somebody else's assets and managing money and things like that. That raises questions about elder abuse, particularly financial elder abuse.
Or abuse from elders.
Well, right. But, so that's an interesting thing too. So now is
Yeah.
Bernie a dependent adult? I don't know. I mean, he's probably got capacity and can manage his own affairs. So maybe not, but it's interesting that he's pretty much beholden to her in
Mm-hmm.
every possible way.
Closes the gates, doesn't let him
Yeah.
escape.
Like
That
that was terrifying.
Yeah.
Yikes.
She's a nutcase.
Capacity. When did her capacity start to diminish in the
Mhm.
movie? That was a
Mhm.
really interesting thing to watch. Because she's very with it at the very beginning.
Mhm.
Right? She's running the company and
Ugh.
rejecting
No.
people's loans
Loans
as
for
a hobby.
Yes, that was funny.
Right?
over and throws it in the trash.
She's with it, right?
Yeah.
She's capable and competent. But you watch her
Mm-hmm.
become more dependent on Bernie, but
Mhm.
also exert extreme influence over Bernie. So where's the competence there, and how do you
Mhm.
measure it? And it's just a really interesting question that I thought the movie presented well
Mm-hmm.
in a way that cast doubt on the culpability. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What was going on there? Was it self-defense? Like arguably,
Mm.
She was walking away from him.
I feel like
yeah, but she locked him in.
Uh-huh.
mm,
Yeah.
It's just interesting. Go ahead, Jocelyn. You were going to say
I
something.
feel like she was starting to lose it a little bit.
Mm.
So like at the beginning of it, she was really with it.
Where
and,
she
like,
didn't have her meds.
Yes, like she was starting
At
to
the end.
slip up a little bit, and she probably got really pissed, and that's why she got so mean.
Yeah.
Because
And that's
like,
a real thing with dementia,
yes,
for sure.
Yes, like
Yeah.
my grandma would say that. She would be like, I'm just like, and my grandpa too now, he's going to be 95 next month. And he's like, I just want to get up and go walk, but my legs won't let me. And so he's,
Frustrating.
yes. And he's
yeah.
like, my mind and myself, like, I feel like I'm 50 and I'm 95. And so I can't get up and go do all this stuff. And so I'm angry. And I feel like I saw that with her too. Like she was slipping, but she was pissed because she couldn't get up. You know what
Yeah.
she could still do stuff, but like
Well-
she was starting to like skip a beat. You know what I mean?
Irritability is a really mild way to describe it, but Alzheimer's and some of
Mhm.
these other degenerative diseases like Parkinson's and things like that, it changes people's personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we have clients, spouses in particular, where like the wife comes in and doesn't know what to do because her husband's not beating her, but is yelling and derogatory
Horrible,
and
yeah.
just horrible to her.
Mhm.
And he can't help it.
Right.
Mhm.
And so ultimately for those kinds of patients, for those clients, they often will end up getting admitted to a mental health
Mhm.
kind of facility where they get some medications and get things kind of balanced out brain chemistry wise. And that helps and that fixes it in a lot of ways. But the dementia does change
Mhm.
your brain's operation.
Right.
And so people's personalities change. And it's really hard,
Mhm.
especially as the caregiver to figure
Right.
that out.
And I feel like you saw that, like he initially liked hanging out with her and doing things, and then she
Yeah.
would call constantly, like at his
Yeah.
dress rehearsal, whatever.
And
He
then
was like,
she
"This
made
is
him
my life
made him
now."
carry a pager and
Yeah, like now I got to go do this. I told you I was going to be doing this today.
When-
Yep, I'll
and
be
she-
right there.
And he comes up after leaving that rehearsal and drives onto the yard, and she's just screaming at him
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
because she had to call him to get him to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Probate and inheritance.
Mhm.
This one is interesting in this movie because they present particularly the grandkids as being pretty horrible.
Mhm. They
Yeah.
sued their
They
grandma
sued
and
their
haven't talked to her
own
in 4
grandmother
years.
to get the money from their grandpa's trust that he set up for the family. Like, what?
Yeah.
You are bad people.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. No wonder she was such a rag.
She was just, yeah. And so she cut him out because,
Mhm.
duh,
Mhm.
Right.
anybody normal would do that.
Mhm.
Right.
But then she puts Bernie in.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's interesting because as soon as you add a non-family member, we start to go, wait a minute,
Mhm.
right? Any lawyer worth their salt is going to poke at that a little bit and just say,
Mhm.
"You sure about this?"
So sorry, she like handwrites her will by herself.
Mhm.
Is that even?
You can do that in Texas, I think.
Yeah, some
I
states
don't-
allow that. It's called a holographic will. It's handwritten, and the fact that it is in the person's handwriting authenticates it.
Wow.
So as long as you can get a handwriting authentication, maybe sometimes even with an expert on the handwriting, it's valid. Now, Iowa doesn't have that.
Sure.
You have to, it doesn't matter if it's handwritten or not. It has to be witnessed by 2 people. And our advice is always make sure you get there's a second kind of clause called a self-proving affidavit that you add to that. And the witness is signed twice, and then there's a notary. And so there's lots of stuff that goes into that. But the holographic will is not valid on its own in Iowa.
Mm.
But some states it is. We learned about it in law school when I was in St. Louis at St. Louis University. It's valid.
Mm-hmm.
Or it used to be
Hmm.
in Missouri.
Interesting.
Yep.
So it could be valid, but not necessarily. And
Right.
we don't know. But she was just writing it out, and then she sent it to the lawyer. And did they go through the execution process and everything? I don't know. My question was at the end of the movie, and I'll stop on this topic. What happens? Is the will valid or not? We don't ever see the will contest.
Mhm.
Mm.
If she didn't want her kids to get it, she didn't want her grandkids to get it for good reason.
Mhm.
And now Bernie's in prison for life.
And now Bernie's responsible for her death. Slayer statute again. We talked about
Mhm.
that in the Lion King episode.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets it? I don't know.
Really? Okay. So, I mean, is this like an Iowa treasure hunt type thing? Or?
No, I'm sure that Texas has laws of intestacy that
Yeah.
would cover it, but I don't know. Did she write her will in such a way that the kids and grandkids get treated as if they're predeceased or not? Because if they're not, maybe they get looped back in as heirs at law and things. There's some really interesting potential questions that come up there, and I would have to do the research to figure out what they did with it.
I'm interested to see that.
Lots of cool themes in this one.
Mhm.
I said at the beginning, this is the first actual estate planning movie that we've done.
Mhm.
It's a good pick as far as that goes. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I do have a rating system.
Yeah, let's talk
where
about it.
I give movies a rating of 0 to 10. 3 points for 3 distinct categories each: laughing, crying, and thinking, with a bonus point if you would watch the movie again. Who wants to start?
I will.
Do it.
2 for laugh.
Okay.
Where it has to be 1 through 3, right?
Yeah. Or 0 through 3.
Really?
You don't have to give it a point.
Okay, 2 for laugh, 0 for cry. I didn't cry.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Who cried? Why are you saying wow?
No, it's just interesting. Keep going.
Why is it interesting?
We'll talk about it in a minute.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay, fine. So I'm not saying I cried, but there are emotional moments. He shoots her and then realizes what he did
Mhm.
Okay.
and is distraught.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, my bad. What else?
Well, you don't have to change it.
Well, I
it's just interesting.
forgot. I forgot he shot her.
It's only the whole point of the movie.
I forgot like how, and I mentioned that earlier, like when he was like, "Oh, Mrs. Nugent," like that's yeah. Okay, so 1.
Yeah.
So what am I at? 2 for laugh, 1 for cry.
Sure.
What's the other one?
Think. We're almost done with season 1.
I forget. 1 for think, and I would not watch it again.
So 4. You didn't like
4
it.
from Jocelyn.
I mean, it was fine,
Sure.
but at one point I was like, "Is this over yet?"
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. That's
Because
fine.
I just don't like Jack Black that much, and I was like, "Let's get to it. Are we done?" I'd rather watch Real Housewives of
Okay.
anything.
All right. You go, Ethan.
Real Housewives of Sioux County. I'm going to give it better than a 4,
Mhm.
but not a ton better.
Come.
I think I'm going to go 6. So 2 for laugh,
Mhm.
1 for 1 for cry, 3 for think.
Okay.
But
No bonus.
as an estate planner,
Yeah.
like this movie is full of good stuff.
Sure.
Mhm.
For me, like that, it was just really, really interesting to watch
Yeah.
some of those themes play out. So yeah, I give it a 3 for think.
Would you watch it
And
again?
I wouldn't. Again, this is one that I would probably not even leave it on if it was on the if I was channel surfing and landed on it. I'd probably skip it.
Sorry, Thad.
No, it's okay. I'm not offended by
He's
it.
crying.
Okay. So, give me a 3 for laugh. I love dark comedy stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
that checks out. This fits your
Mhm.
humor.
I mean, I brought it up at the beginning. Like he's cosmetizing a cadaver, and I thought it was hilarious. And most people find it repulsive, right?
Well, it was really
Yeah.
It was odd.
I can agree to that, but it was gross to me initially,
Mhm.
and then as it kept going, I was like, okay, hold on.
Mhm.
The scene where he's at the top of his lungs singing "Love Lifted Me"
That was
through
funny.
the town.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
When he tells the kid on the gurney not to laugh because it's a serious
Yes.
Oh
moment.
yeah, there were
Oh
those are the 2 moments where I laughed out loud.
man.
Mhm.
But go ahead.
No.
Even the townspeople sitting on either side of Danny Buck while he's eating breakfast, trying to convince the
Yeah.
DA not to prosecute the
Yeah.
guy. That stuff is just exactly what I'm looking for in a comedy. So 3 for that. Cry at least a 2, maybe a 3. Okay. So the scene where he's standing over a body of a person he just shot,
Yeah.
thinking, "What have I done?" Like
Did you cry actually?
I didn't cry in the same way I cried during Gump, but
yeah.
watching a grown man like confessing in a sheriff's office to a crime,
Yeah.
like these are big like moral things that like are sad. I mean, there's this whole idea of like I do the things I don't want to do and I don't do the things I want to do, and
Thank
like
you, Paul.
Bernie is the epitome of this. He cared about dear little old ladies and he killed one. Like
Mhm.
that's sad. The grandkids who are trying to get this money from their grandma who hated them because they
And
didn't
hated
talk to her. Like that's sad that family's like that, right? Like all of the people in the town are like weekly praying for Bernie's trials
In like church.
while the
Mhm.
DA is like, "What are we doing?"
Oh man, that sermon when the
Mhm.
preacher's in front of the church talking about Bernie, and there
Yeah.
sits Buck in the pew like, are you kidding me?
when they put the little girl's playset on the pickup truck.
Mhm.
There are sad things to me in that movie for sure.
Yeah.
Think absolutely 3. I mean, we talked about not only the estate planning themes, but just the moral and ethical things.
Yeah. All together, we've been talking for an hour.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we've been here a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The would I watch it again? I said when I walked in this morning, like once you kind of know what's coming, it loses its luster a little bit.
Mhm.
But even sitting here and like talking about it again, there are so many scenes, and Jack Black is just like so charming to me that it's still one of my favorite movies. Like, I don't know, I'd probably watch it again. I think it's a 9.
All right.
And you
Interesting.
gave
Yeah.
Jurassic
3, 2,
Park
3.
like a what?
I don't know.
A
I'd have to go
5?
back to the spreadsheet. I'm keeping track of everything.
Of course you are.
It's okay that we don't like the same things, Jocelyn.
He's putting
What a
Bernie
pathetic
1
loser.
point below Gump.
Unbelievable.
He put Bernie at the same level as Shawshank.
Get out.
Maybe above Shawshank.
No, I gave that a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't.
Right?
We need to
I mean,
get rid
but-
of him.
But I get it, right? Like you said, it hit your funny bone,
Sure.
right? Like it's just, this was funny for me.
Mhm.
And that, I get that.
Dude, he is crying over a dead body, and the next scene, he's wearing a marching band
Yes,
uniform.
76 strong. Both like.
Yeah, the swings in
Oh, yeah,
emotion
the
are
absurdity.
just
it's
yes.
absurd, and it's meant to be, right? And that the way he plays it from the first moment
Yeah.
he walks on screen,
Yes.
it's an absurd comedy.
So yeah. Any final thoughts, anybody? I know we've
No.
been talking ad nauseum about this one, but
Jocelyn's checked out.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
tired.
done. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Well, this one was a little heavy.
Yeah,
in terms
was.
of the content, like not hard content, but like technical. Lots of estate planning themes. in this
Sure,
one.
sure.
So I get it. It's not for everybody. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
thanks for tuning into 82 Toothpicks. This episode featured your hosts, Ethan, Jocelyn, and Thad breaking down the movie. Want more? Check out Ethan's book, It's Not Too Late, for insights on securing your own legacy. Visit us at heisingalaw.com for all things 82 Toothpicks, including past episodes and more. If you enjoyed the show, follow us wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And remember, every movie is an estate planning movie.